Hi, Tim Unkert here, and in this video we're going to be finishing up this site here, which is, it's kind of like generic web design agency site where we have our nav menu, we have, we hover over it a little bit there, we have our hero section, we have another little info section here, and form to contact us, and then a footer. And so this is the finished project. Where we are right now is we finished the nav bar, we have the hero done, we have the first info section done, and then after that, it all goes to plaid. But in the previous videos, we've been using SCSS, and we're using the SASS CLI from the command line to compile into a CSS. And now I pulled up in another text editor here, I pulled up the compiled CSS file, and you'll see that, with the long names, you have hashtag info section 1 dot container, ID right info section 1, ID right left info section 1, and then it gives a rule. Okay, so I think you can see from this there is a definite advantage to using SASS in this particular in this particular case. So anyways, I'm going to close out this text editor. We'll pull back up our terminal. We have micro up here. I'm just going to exit out of the terminal for now, and we're going to continue. Hit Control down arrow to go to the bottom, and we are going to begin working on the styles for the ID that has info section 2. That's where we're at this point. Within that, we have a container. Okay, so, and I'm going to include the container mix-in. It's going to have a display of flex. Flex flow is going to be row wrap. Background color is going to be FFF. The color I'm going to use for this, I'm going to use my second blue variable. And then within the container, we have heading 3. We're going to include the H3 font styles. Okay, below that we have a paragraph, or we have our paragraphs included in there. For that, I'm going to make the font size, it's going to be the medium font size variable that we defined. That's 1.3 times the base font size. Okay. Also within the container, we have the ID of left info section 2. And after this one, the style sheet's going to get quite verbose. So you'll see the advantage of maybe doing it this way. Within that, I have a flex basis of 66%. So that takes 2/3 of the screen to the left. The display of that is going to be flex because we're going to have some items in that. Flex flow is going to be a row wrap. Within that, nested within that, we're going to have the left info section 2. Flex basis within that is going to be 50% because those two pictures are going to take up 50%. You have an image nested in that. The image of that container is going to take up 80% of that container for the width. Margin on the top and the bottom is 15%. On the left and right is auto. Display is going to be block. Okay. All right. And so then below this, we're going to have the right left info section 2. That's also going to have a flex basis of 50%. Okay. You're going to have an image Actually, I didn't really. Oh no, I did. Never mind. We're going to have an image within that of, which is also going to have these same styles with. So I could have included this. If I refactor this, I'm going to make this as a mix-in. So margin 15% auto. Displays block, because I'm typing the same code again. So I should be making this as some kind of mix-in. All right, so then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go, whoops, what am I doing? I'm going to go down here. And we have just that right info section. We have just a small little bit of styles for that. We're going to have a flex basis of 33% because that takes the remainder 1/3 of the screen. And that's going to finish our info section 2. I'm going to hit Control S to save, Control E to bring up the commands. So down here, I have this thing where I can type the command. I'm going to type H split. It's going to give me a horizontal split. I'm going to hit Control E again. You'll see down here, I'm going to type term, and that's going to bring up the terminal. Okay. I can now hit the up arrow. That's going to give me the last command, which was exiting out of the terminal. The one I had before that was compiling the style sheet. I'm going to hit enter, and I've compiled my style sheet again. All right. And let's refresh. Okay. So now we refreshed, and let's check because we don't have the PHP image, and we need that white background to have a width of 100. So let's just see. Okay, so we have our JavaScript. Where did our PHP go to? Hold on one sec. Let me exit out of the terminal. Yeah, okay. So I actually want to bring this up to here. Okay, same with this. So and we'll go back here, close that out. All right, that should do it. Okay. Bring back up the horizontal split and the terminal. And let's run that again. Okay. And what's going on? Huh. I don't see my PHP image. Okay. Sometimes the way it goes, sometimes it's late at night, you're making mistakes. It's just the way it goes. Oh yeah, I want this up here. Okay. want this one outside. No, that was in the right spot. All right. I'm just going to, we're going to take this stuff away for now. Control S to save. Let's bring up the terminal and see where we're at. Okay. Let's refresh. Okay, we got that going all the way across. Let me check my folder, make sure I got the PHP in there. That's being a little weird. PHP is in there. Okay. Let's take this out. See if that is messing something up. No. Getting pushed over. Did I type something wrong? Oh. I just had write info section 2. See if that clears things up. Let's go down here to our terminal. Okay. What is going on? Oh, no. No. This needs to be right left. Right left, info section 2. We go out of there, go out of there, go out to here. And we've got to have just right info section 2. And we're going to have a flex basis of 33%. And I'm going to save. Go down here and run this. Okay, and refresh. And we're not getting this image. Why are we not getting this image? Did I spell it wrong? That's so weird. I have the PHP in there. I typed something wrong in my, whoops, what did I do? Hold on one sec. Maybe I typed something wrong in my, rendered size 0 by 0. Okay. Well, this is a new one. Width at 80%. You know what? I'm going to delete it and try and get the image again. I don't know. Maybe there was some issue copying it in there or something. I'm not sure what is going on with that. Let's go to flat icon. We'll look up a PHP image. All right, so downloaded that. Let's go. So that's in the downloads. Let's go to the projects, images. Let's delete this. Let's copy this, bring it to images, and paste it. Okay. This is very weird. Let's go through the history too. Clear, cached images. Oh. Ah, I didn't include a semicolon. Ah! All right. So now we'll save it. Well, okay, there it goes. So that'll happen when you're coding. All right. Well, anyways, missing a semicolon, and it was messing up. So, okay, well, whatever. All right. I'm getting tired, obviously, but I'm going to push through and let's finish this, okay? This video might be a little bit long. Sorry about that. I'm going to exit out of the terminal. Okay, and we've got the form section to go. That's a little bit lengthy. Why not right now, let's take a look and just take a look at the landing page so I can show you what I'm talking about with this SASS getting lengthy here. So you see, yeah, some of these are pretty long here. We're getting some long stuff down here, okay? So that's, yeah, it's going to be kind of lengthy like that. So just keep in mind that the SASS is keeping, even though I have those long IDs and I'm using the IDs for some of the CSS, it kind of keeps it organized a little bit better. And, you know, even though I had a few mistakes back there, having the SASS allows me to organize it a little bit better and figure out where the errors are. So, all right. So anyways, within the form, we're going to have the background color of secondary. So the form ID, now that's going to be all the way across. Let me explain that. That's going to be, yeah, it's going to be, the secondary is this bluish color here, okay? We're going to have a container, and in that, we're going to include that container mix-in. We're going to have a display of flex. So again, I would refactor this, but this part, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to justify the content because we want the container in the center. So we're going to justify the content to the center. The color that we're going to use is going to be the primary color. Within the container, the heading 3, the thing that says contact us, we're going to include the H3 font styles. Text align is going to be at the center. Okay, and then we're going to have a form, the actual form in the form ID. Okay, so this is the actual form. I made the margin on the top 5%. Okay, that pushed it down a little bit. The width, I want it to be 50%, so not all the way across because it's kind of like in the middle there. Background color of the actual form is going to be white. Border radius, I made 10 pixels, kind of gave it that rounded, a little softer look to it. Margin bottom is going to be 5%. Box shadow, I added some box shadow, so 2 pixels, 2 pixels, 3 pixels for the blur. And then the box shadow is going to be a dark grayish black. It's 333. Within the form, the labels within the form, I want them to display as a block. I want the text to align to the center. Then displaying them as a block will allow me to put the text to the center. Margin is going to be 0 auto. Font size is going to be, actually, no, I don't think I need the text align. Why did I put that there? Well, we'll check in a moment. Font size, because I have the margin auto. Anyways, I have medium font size, and I'm going to include the uppercase. Okay, let's save it at this point before we continue. Bring up the horizontal split and the terminal, and let's compile. Okay, and that's what we want to get it to be. Let's see what it looks like now. So we're getting a little bit better. This stuff needs to be centered, but you can see it's coming together a bit. So let's keep going. All right. Also within here, we're going to style the inputs. Margin on the top and the bottom is going to be 3%. Left and right's 5%. Width of the form is going to be 90%. Padding is going to be 10 pixels on the top and bottom, 10 pixels on the left and right. I could have just put 10 pixels all the way around, but I didn't. Font size is going to be the base font size. So that was 1 rem that I specified up there. And then I have an outline. So I want to make a distinct outline, 1 pixel solid. And then I used this RGBA 000. And then for the opacity was 0.5. So that kind of gives it a gray when it's on a white background. And then we also have nested in here is the text area. And we want to have that have a display of block. Width is 90% also. Margin is going to be auto. Height, I made 200 pixels. Outline, I also had outline 1 pixel solid, RGBA 000, 0.5. Margin bottom, to give some spacing on the bottom, is 5%. I'm setting resize to none, so you can't change the size of the message. Padding is going to be 10 pixels on the left, top and bottom, 10 pixels on the left and right. Again, I could have just put 10 pixels. Font size is going to be the base font size. Okay. All right. And then below that, we have the submit. All right. So that's the class of BTN submit. Padding, top and bottom, I gave 15 pixels. Left and right, 30 pixels. Okay. Background color is secondary. The secondary color. Letter spacing, I define that as 0.1 rem. Font size, I made the medium font size, so medium font size. Color of the font was white, so FFF. Font weight I made was bold. I wanted to include uppercase, so text decoration uppercase is really, I could have typed that as well. And the margin on the bottom was 5%. Now I could have done this a little bit differently, but okay. So anyways, so that's the button. I did a few other things. So the button, when you hover over it, so the pseudo class background color is going to change to the primary color. So primary, the color is going to change to white smoke because I want to include white smoke somewhere in there. And I'm going to include the cursor pointer. So include the cursor mix in. I also did the button submit when it's active. And I just said transform scale to 0.98. So it gets a little smaller when you click on it and it submits. I think that's it for the form. So let's bring up the horizontal split and the terminal, and let's compile. Okay, and let's refresh. And we've got that. Oh, I do have to align the text to the center. So let me go back and do that up on the label. Yeah, I did need to include that. Hold on one sec. All right, so I'm going to compile again, and let's see, and there we go. We've got it nice in the center. All we have to do is finish up the footer. I'm going to push that to the next video just for a moment, and I'll see you in the next video, just so we can break it up a little bit. All right.